Hello everyone, welcome back to the second episode of Best Friends to Lover. I hope you love it. I am really sorry. I was looking at this troublemaker. The guy pointed at the little girl beside him. Taehyung smiled. It was Jungkook with the little girl. After Jungkook got what he ordered, they settled down at the table, all of three. So let me introduce first. Jungkook started as he pointed at the girl. So Taehyung, this is my Nancy Anna. Then he pointed at Taehyung and Anna. This is my friend Taehyung. As Taehyung and Anna both smiled at each other with a little high, they chatted a little bit and while eating. After they finished, they pay the bill. Of course, Jungkook wouldn't let Taehyung pay for the meal, so Jungkook paid for all of them. Jungkook offered to drop Taehyung to his dorm, which was on the way home. After a relaxing ride, they reached the dorm. Taehyung got out from the car. Good night, Jungkook Hyung. See you tomorrow. Good night, Ina. Taehyung wished them good night, Taehyung. Ina cheerfully said, and because of the cute nickname, Taehyung giggled. Um, don't mind her. She tend to give a nickname to particularly everyone. If she could, she would have named our house too, said Jungkook as he shook his head, which made Taehyung giggle again. It's fine, Jungkook Hyung, it's cute, said Taehyung as he smiled at Enam. Yes, because you are too cutie, right, Cookie? Said Ena, and she pinched Taehyung's cheek. Yes, princess, he is definitely the cutest. Taehyung blinked a few times, then looked at Jungkook, only to find Jungkook was already looking at him intensely with a soft smile. Taehyung could feel his cheeks burning. He was sure he is looking like a tomato by now. And he looked down. Jungkook glanced and said, go to your room and sleep. It's already late. Good night. Jungkook said, and Taehyung nodded and did just that. He went to dorm room as Jungkook drove away the night. Taehyung slept with a smile on his lips. The next week's was blessed, and Taehyung could feel his cheeks burning. He was sure the four Taehyung, Jimin, Yoongi and Hani would hang out with Jungkook's friend Jungkook, Namjoon, Jin and Hobi, and Hani would be a Yui girl who would tease Jungkook and Taehyung at any chance he get. Taehyung was slowly moving on from his lingering feeling for hyuk. He could tell it was useful. He could enjoy every hangout fully. He could enjoy Jungkook's company and their tutorial session. It became a daily routine for them to spend the evening together. 1 month later, it was a Saturday night. Their semester finished 2 days ago, so Jin planned a clubbing night. Although Taehyung wasn't very fond of clubbing, but this time he was excited because he couldn't see Jungkook for almost 2 weeks because of their semester. They all met at the entrance of the club, but Jungkook wasn't anywhere to be seen. So they entered the club. They were seated on a table and ordered their drinks. They were enjoying it, but not Taehyung. After 30 minutes, what seems for Taehyung like forever, Jungkook showed up, but he wasn't alone. Hey guys, I'm really sorry for being late. Jungkook apologized as he had the other person approach the table. Sorry for not informing you all first. He is Minho. My Jungkook was cut off by Jin. Oh, it's fine, Jungkook. You came. That's what matters. Come on, sit down, and you too, Minho. It's nice meeting you, Jin Hyung said, and as they both sat down, thanks for same here, Hyung, Minho replied as they started their night. Thanks, POV. I was talking with Jimin about the view of the club when I noticed Jungkook with someone else who I never saw before. Sorry for not informing you all first. He is Minho, my Jungkook was about to say, but Jin Hyun cut him off. What an innocence. Why did he have to cut off Jungkook in the middle of a sentence? I wanna know who is the personage. They look pretty close. Now I'm rethinking my decision about coming here. I don't know what I am feeling, but it's not a good feeling. In the past month, Jungkook and I had gotten quite close. We would spend our evening together often, and after that, we would have dinner together. I started to like his company. He told me he had something to tell me, but I guess he forgot. He never talked about it again, and I am really eager to know what it is. But he never mentioned it, which made me sad. I guess he doesn't want to tell me. Those 2 weeks of exam, we couldn't meet. We just exchanged some text. That's all. And now he is here with someone else, and which made me kind of angry. He never told me he has friends outside of his uni. Wait a minute. What the heck am I thinking? Why does he have to tell me? It's not like I'm his lover or something that he have to tell me everything about himself. But it's still, I'm a little mad at him. Taehyung, are you okay? Jimin asked. Yeah, why? You are quiet for a while, so no, I'm good. All of them were joking and laughing, so I just grabbed a beer bottle and stared at the little crowd on the floor. That's when I noticed a familiar figure. It was Hyuk, but not with his girlfriend, but with someone else and dancing in that disgusting way. Wow, he is the one who is actually enjoying their college life, huh? I just rolled my eyes and continued to finish my bottle. Suddenly, the music changed. It's some slow song music, maybe for couples to dance. And of course, the whole group went to the floor to dance. I'm quite crispy, so I didn't go. That's when I noticed Jungkook also didn't go. Hey, you okay? He asked me while caressing my cheeks. I love it when he does that. You already look drunk. Do you wanna go home? No. I said as I stood up and was about to fall down when Jungkook catch me. Oh, is he a superhero? He drank only one bottle and you are already wasted, he said, and while clenching Jungkook, let's go to dance. He looked stunned for a while. Why is he stunned? It's not like we were having a competition, right? Do you know how to dance? He asked after a while. I just shook my head because I don't know how to dance. Jungkook just nodded and took my hand and went to the dance floor. He put his hand on my waist and pulled me closer. I could feel his breath on my lips, which gave me goosebumps, and we started swaying with the soft music. I just looked at him. He looked so handsome in black, but suddenly I remember something. Jungkook, who was that who came with you? You never told me you have friends outside the uni. I asked and I frowned. Oh, he's not a friend. Say what? So are they something else? They look close earlier. So are they? But wait, why do I care? I frowned again. Are you jealous that I brought someone else with me? Jungkook asked. Huh? Why would I be jealous? I said as I point my finger at me. Why did he think that I'm jealous? It's not like he's my boyfriend that I would be jealous of. He just. Wait, what he is to me. I called him Hyung, but I don't want him to be my brother. No, absolutely not. And friend, but he is more than a friend to me. Don't think too much. He is my cousin. He is here for semester break, so I brought him here. He said, cutting off my thoughts. I just made a O on my lips as I nodded. So that's why they look close, huh? Jungkook's POV. It's been 5 years since I have seen him, but these feelings never changed. When I first saw him, he was sitting under a tree, petting a kitten that was on his lap. From the uniform, I knew he was from the same school as my cousin Minho. I was returning from my tuition class. He was looking all cute and adorable. The way he delicately rubbed the kitten's neck showed how kind and caring he was. Every week on Friday, I always saw him under the same tree, sometimes feeding the kitten, sometimes doing the schoolwork, and so on. But after 1 month, I couldn't see him again. I tried to describe how he looked to Minho, and there I came to know his name. His name was Kim Taehyung. Taehyung, such a pretty name for such a pretty person. I even told Minho to take care of him, even if it was from afar. I didn't know why, but after seeing him taking care of that kitten made me feel something that I had a urge to protect him. He seemed so delicate, single at the time. But I never tried to see him or invade his privacy or scare him away. I always took information about him from Minho, and it was like for 3 years. And after that, Minho's parents decided to move to London, and I also lost my source of information about Taehyung. But I guess fate is another plan for us. I was on my way to my university hall when I saw someone again. I couldn't believe my eyes. He enrolled in the same university as me. It was his first day of university and my first day of third year. He even asked me the direction of the hall and guided him. I was over the cloud for the whole day. And then came to the most anxious day, choosing your mentor. It's not like fresher could choose by themselves. It was a lottery kind of thing, and again fate did its magic, and thank God paired with me as his mentor. Everything was great. I was literally screaming inside my head whenever I had a total session with him. But then I noticed his eyes. Thing was giving that hyuk, and it somehow pained me. Anyone could tell that Taehyung was in love with, was feeling for him, but that dumb bump was too dense. It was great though. He couldn't lay his hand on Taehyung, and then the worst thing happened to Taehyung. He confessed to him that he was in love with me, and that broke him. I saw him at the most vulnerable state. I have never wanted to experience the sight again ever. That was the most painful thing I have ever witnessed. I couldn't help to get rid of those feelings, and I also couldn't tell him to stop crying as it wrecked my heart. He had to cry all out all his pain, otherwise it would depress him, and I wouldn't let that happen. That day he met with Anna. It was very first time seeing him blushing, and I couldn't stop thinking about all the what ifs. Did my word affect him that much? Maybe he also started to feel something. Should I risk my friendship and confess? No. What if he rejects then? it would definitely lost him. I would better be different than being avoided by him. All thoughts were ghosting in my head that night, and days passed. I tried to cheer him up, to take him out for lunch and dinner, spending time with him, gaming with him. 2 weeks later, it was exam week, and the whole university was filled with Einstein. Everyone has a book or note in their hands, huh? They never read the whole semester and are now trying to make it up in a week. But still, I shouldn't stop things, so I didn't message him and the whole week. And as the exam week was getting on its end, I was getting restless. I couldn't wait to talk to him, to hear his sweet voice, to look at his honey brown eyes that shine so much when he's happy. I missed him like the damn much. It was already the exam ended. Minho told me he is coming home. I was excited. He has been away from almost a year. Note: Minho and Taehyung were in first year when Jungkook was in third. After Minho finished his school, he moved abroad, so it's almost a year. And when our group decided to go to the pub, I told Minho to tag along. I didn't inform them about Minho coming with me, but when I started to tell them, Jinhyun cut me off. It's okay though. He knew about Minho. We were laughing and cracking jokes when I noticed Taehyung was being too quiet and drinking his beer while watching something, or more like someone on the dance floor. When I followed his gaze, I found it's hyuk again. It kinda made me sad that Taehyung was still affected by hyuk. But then I looked at Taehyung, I saw him shaking his head and roll his eyes in a mocking way, which almost made me laugh. After a while, the whole group went to dance, but I stayed because I didn't want to dance in a crowd of sweaty bodies. Taehyung looked already drunk. He tinted pink cheeks and his pouty lips looking trembling and adorable at the same time. Okay, I need to control myself. Deep breaths, deep breaths. He stood up but was about to fall when I catch him, such a clumsy. I glanced at him, but then I froze when he called me with the most cute Chairmans I have ever heard. Jungkook, Jungkookie. I mean, he never called me anything other than Hyung. Why would you expect me to do what he told me he wanted to dance? So we just went to the dance floor, and my thoughts about not wanting to dance in the crowd and sweat bodies flew out and of the pub store. I mean, how could I possibly deny him? He looked so cute. I really wanna excuse him. I couldn't control my hands as if it had its own mind, and it went to Thank's waist and pulled him closer. I could feel his soft skin through his t-shirt, and he looked at me with sparkling eyes before frying. Jungkook Hyung, who came with you? You never told me you have friends outside uni. He asked. Oh, he's not a friend. I could see his frown deepen and his lips form in a pout. Are you jealous that I brought someone else with me? I really wanted to know if he was. It gave me hope that he could possibly, but feeling for me at least a little bit. He blinked, trying to reason out. Huh? Why would I be jealous? He said and pointed at his finger at himself cutely, and then he looked like he was in deep thoughts. I didn't know what he was thinking, maybe finding out who Minho was, so I cut him his thoughts. Don't think too much, he's my cousin. He's here for the semester break, so I thought to brought him here. Then his love-shaped lips formed and no shape. Understandingly, now I really wanted to kiss him, but I didn't want to. Our first kiss to be like that while he is drunk. I want all our first to be memorable for us. But then he leaned on my shoulder and I guess passed out. I just told him tightly and hugged him closer to my heart. It's not like I get to hug him this tight every day, so I am enjoying the warmth he is spreading in my heart. Taehyung, let's head home, I asked because I could sense he is tired. He hummed. I tried to find Minho and Jinhyung to tell them I'm taking Taehyung home. I found Jinhyung dancing with Namjoon. He looked drunk as well. So I walked to them and Taehyung sleeping soundly on my shoulder. So I told him, hold him by his waist. Hey Namjoon Jinhyung, I am going home with Min Taehyung. He already passed out, so I'm taking him with me. I informed them so they wouldn't be worried and tell others about Taehyung. I left my car and handed the key to Minho. He was not drunk, so he would driving back home. I booked a cab for us to go to the dorm. I was on my way to leave the club with Taehyung in my arm when a person blocked my way. Hey, what the freak are you doing with my Taehyung? The person asked. He was the last person on the earth I want to hear this sick from hyuk. Taehyung's POV. I was awakened by the light on my face, silly my head. I couldn't open my eyes. My head felt so heavy. Then suddenly I opened I my bed tripped. Someone sat on the edge of the I guess. But who? And a hand started to massage my forehead. It was relaxing. They are there. Take your time to open your eyes, Taehyung, said the person. Wait, I know that voice. I opened my eyes immediately and was greeted by those funny, innocent eyes. Those eyes were staring back at me, at mine. I slowly sat up and rubbed my face. Eyes, good morning, there, sleepyhead. How are you feeling? The older one asked. Morning, I replied with drowsy voice. I feel like my head is gonna explode. I said gonna again after some time. That's because of the hangover. Here, drink it. He handed me a glass which seems like lemon water. I didn't taste good, but he said it's good for hangover, so I gulped it down in one go. Others POV time escape. They had their breakfast and then Jungkook went to his own room after promising he would meet Taehyung in the evening. Taehyung had to submit some books to the library, so he get ready and left the dorm. He returned books and was about to exit the library when he met Jimin and later informed he was also there to return the books. They walked some more as they wait for Jimin to return his book, and then they exit the library together. As they were on their way to the cafe opposite to the uni, they spotted by a familiar person. Oh my god, his face looks like a hick, Jimin exclaimed. My god, tone down your voice, Jimin. Oh, he is coming in our direction, and the person came. Hey, Hyuk, who beat you up, man? Jimin, being the most one, asked. Why don't you ask your boyfriend? Jimin Hyuka replied, looking straight at Taehyung. What? But I don't have a boyfriend, Jimin said. Not you, dumb bump. You. He pointed at Taehyung. Taehyung felt annoyed. What do you mean? He asked. Why don't you ask to Jungkook guy, huh? Hyuk retorted. OMG, what did you do to Jungkook that he beat you up this bad? Jimin asked again. I didn't do anything wrong. It's his fault that he couldn't keep his hand to himself. Hyuk spat angrily. Hyuk, stop saying nonsense. Why would he do that? Taehyung asked, having enough of Hyuk nonsense. Oh, so now you are siding with him, he asked, taking at one step towards Taehyung that he had to step back. Hyuk was about to take a grip on Taehyung's wrist when someone from behind held Taehyung by his waist and pulled him back beside him. I already told you to stay away from Taehyung, didn't I? It was Jungkook. Hyuk looked at Jungkook, then to Jungkook's hand, and that was on Taehyung's waist, and seeing Taehyung wasn't saying anything about it angered him more. I will not stay away from him, and he is my best friend. It's a matter between me and Taehyung. You stay away from us, Hyuk said as he pushed Jungkook back. Taehyung was shocked to see them fighting over a small issue. He couldn't utter a word. It was Jimin who came up to his senses. Hyuk, what the heck are you doing? Jimin didn't get any answer. Hyuk moved forward and was about to hold Taehyung's waist again with a hand, stopped him again, and this time held his hand, which was about to hold Taehyung's. Jungkook pulled Hyuk's hand away from Taehyung's, and his right fist landed on Hyuk's left jaw. Hyuk stumbled back on the ground. Jungkook knelt down before him and held his collar. I'm saying this last time, freak. Stay away from Taehyung and keep your dirty hand in your pocket, otherwise I will not hesitate to break it. Got it? Jungkook then stood back and held Taehyung by his wrist gently. Let's go. He dragged Taehyung out of there and Jimin followed. The trio went to the nearest cafe and Jimin volunteered to order the drinks, leaving Jungkook and Taehyung to talk to each other to meet his way to the counter. As they both settled down in their seats, Taehyung stared at him questioningly. Jungkook knew he had to answer. Take a deep breath, he started. I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't behave like this, but I couldn't help. Something between happened, you two, isn't it? Taehyung inquired. Nodding his head, Jungkook explained the reason for his absurd behavior. Yesterday you passed out while we were still on the dance floor. Do you remember? Taehyung looked down, feeling his ear and cheeks heating up from embarrassment, and nodded his head after remembering the thing that had happened last night. But I don't know what happened after that. I passed out. So Jungkook started to explain. Flashback. Hey, what the frick are you doing with my Taehyung? Hyuk asked. He was quite drunk, swaying one side and another and trying to stand straight. Jungkook just gave him a strange look. Hey, I'm asking to you, can't you hear? Hyuk asked again, feeling his anger from not getting any answer. What do you want, huh? Jungkook finally asked. I want my Taehyung, Hyuk exclaimed. Your Taehyung? When did that even happen? Jungkook asked sarcastically. That's none of your freaking business. Taehyung came to me, Hyuk said, and turned to Taehyung and held his waist tightly, which caused Taehyung to cry in pain. Jungkook's blood started to boil, seeing how Hyuk was hurting Taehyung. He harshly grabbed Hyuk's waist and forcefully pulled it away from Taehyung's and landed a punch on the side of Hyuk's face. Anything that is related to Taehyung is also my good than business. And before anything else, stop calling him your Taehyung, because he is certainly not and never will be, because you don't know how to cherish a person like him, so you certainly don't deserve him. I'm warning you, Hyuk, stay away from Taehyung and don't cause him any more hurt, because if you do, you will not like the outcome of it. Jungkook started seriously and bent down to carry Taehyung and storm out of there. End of the flashback. After hearing everything Taehyung just said, they are shocked. His brain was trying to process everything, every detail. Hyuk called him his. Jungkook punched Hyung. Most importantly, Jungkook protected him from Hyuk. Taehyung sat there, not knowing what to do. He knew he had to confront Hyung to stop him from doing whatever the heck he is trying to do, and confrontation would be a closer to him to finally think what he actually wants. He would tell Hyuk everything to end the worthless chapter, and then he would do whatever his heart wanted, no holding back. So he made up his mind. I understand, Hyung, why you did all that, but I'm really thankful for that. But I think I will meet him and tell him what I wanted to say. Thanks started, and Jungkook just sat there frozen after hearing what the anger said. Meanwhile, Jimin came to the table with 3 coffee cups and served as he placed the cup in front of Jungkook, and his chain of thoughts disappeared. He cleared his throat and said, "That's good. I guess it's your life, Thay, and you should do whatever you see fit for you to be happy." It's not like that, Hugh. I just want to know why he is like this all of a sudden. First, I will listen to his reasons, then I will tell him what I realized in these months. Thang replied in determination. And what did you realize? The curiosity in Jungkook's question was clear. After hearing that, Jungkook asked, Taehyung's ear turned visibly red. He bit his lower lip before replying, I'll tell you later. I talked to him, okay? Okay, you guys carry on, then I have something important to do, so I'll leave first, he said in monotone, and left the cafe after finished his coffee. Jungkook's POV. I left the cafe with a happy heart. I should have been known better. Hyuk was the person thing like, not me, so it's normal for him to choose him first, right? But why it hurts so much? I knew it from the beginning, but still I didn't stop myself. I was walking unconsciously while thinking all of this, and suddenly I heard a horn which snapped me in reality, and I was about to hit by a motorbike, which fortunately stopped right in front of me. I was so shocked I didn't move from there for a minute. Hey dude, are you drunk in the broad daylight or what? Thank God it was me. If it was someone else, they would have hit you before Jungkook. It was Namjoon. I'm sorry, I didn't pay attention, Hyung, where I was going. You okay, Cook? I took a deep breath. No one knew about my feeling for Taehyung. Maybe Minho had a bit hints. Yeah, why wouldn't I be? Why are you here, Hyung, by the way? Oh, yeah, right. Might we have not known it. That remember the party night? Well, that night I asked Jin out and he agreed. Namjoon said, wow, you guys are like dating. Yeah. Also, Yoongi is planning to ask Jimin, where were you busy, Cook? It really seems like you are out of from the you're cut off from the world. At least someone is following what their heart wants. I whispered, "What? Nothing young. I was just busy. You will find him in the cafe. I just saw him entering there." I pointed at the direction and he nodded, bid his goodbye, and walked off. And I walked to the dorm, perhaps to some productive, so I wouldn't think too much. Sorry that it's been 2 weeks. I didn't talk to Taehyung much about hyuk. Everything was as usual. We would sometimes hang out, either just me and him or with the whole group. And I keep on getting mixed signals from Taehyung. Sometimes he is sweet and blessing, and sometimes when someone asks him about us, do we like each other, were we in any relationship and all, he would give a look that I don't know what it means. I'm confused, I'm frustrated. If he like me, then just tell me, and if not, then clarify it. At least I wouldn't be hurt. I wouldn't wait. It's Sunday and our holiday from almost end. Jin Hyung asked as if we could hang out on a pub, and we all agreed. But Taehyung said he couldn't come because he has something important to do, and that catch my curiosity. He never said no to hangouts. Am I acting like a possessive boyfriend, which is I'm definitely not. Anyway, so we all met at the entrance of the pub. Me, Namjoon, and Jin, Hobie, Minho, and Yoongi, and Jimin. Minho was always with us because he doesn't have so many friends here, and the whole group was so close to him because he is such a bubbly person. So guys, it's a long semester for you all, right? What are you gonna do after your graduation? Yoongi asked. I and Hobie got in a relationship in a internship in a company, so let's see. Minho said, and Hobie nodded. I'm gonna open a company gym, guys, and Jin will help me in it. Namjoon exclaimed cheerfully. Wow, that's great, Young. Jimin said, smiling. What about you, Jungkook? Jin asked, looking this time, sensing how quiet Jungkook was. I sighed. As my elder brother already in charge of my dad's company, so I might well start from basics, I replied, and everyone nodded and understanding. We were already here for 2 hours and it's already 11 pm. I excused myself, go to the washroom. I didn't drink much because I wasn't in mood. On the way, my washroom catch a familiar figure. Taehyung, what is he doing here? He was on the pub's counter, sitting on a stool with someone. Oh, it's hyuk. They looked like they were having some serious conversation. I stood there for a whole while because I literally couldn't move, and then I saw a thing of which I was afraid. Hyuk was leaning towards Taehyung and he was just sitting there like deep in thoughts. Are they gonna kiss now? They confessed to each other, didn't they? It hurts. I never thought the chance I was risking to take was literally snatched away from me, but still I couldn't see Taehyung kissing someone else who wasn't me. So I turned away right away. It was like my leg had their own brains. I walked to our table and told them I have some family emergency and walk out from there without waiting for anyone's response. It's like someone choked me out of breath. I couldn't breathe, I couldn't think, I couldn't stop those tears which were falling from my eyes. I quickly unlocked my car and sat there for I don't know how long and cried and cried. I felt like I just wanted to run from the pain, so I decided to go to my family house, not to my dorm, because I knew it would be easy for Taehyung to follow me there if he ever wanted to talk to me, but I didn't. Not now. I want some peace, somewhere quiet, where I could only sit and look at the sky without thinking of any possibilities. What do you think what happened between Hyuk and Taehyung? What do you think about Jungkook's thinking? Is he thinking right or wrong? Whatever will happen, see you in the next episode. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye. Bye.